Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to this quarterly leader meeting for the EMEA and APJ. We're waiting for leaders to hop on, so please be patient. We will probably start within 2 minutes from now. Thank you very much for joining. Well, we are the only 3 yet, I see. So hopefully more will pop on.
We have a total of 6 leaders here with the 3 of us.
Great, great.
Yes, great.
Well, welcome again to the quarterly leader meeting for the EMEAs and APJs. We will start very soon. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you again for joining us. We will start within half a minute from now. Well, let's start. Welcome to the quarterly meeting for leaders, May 14th. We are approaching this cover pretty soon. Hopefully summer will also approach quite soon. Spring was a little bit late. Hopefully summer will catch up on us a little bit earlier. And welcome again to this quarterly meeting. We have quite a busy agenda which I want to cover with you. That's typically for the May month. Let's first go over some housekeeping details. Today's meeting is hosted by myself, Martijn Stuyver, still Vivit Director and responsible for the chapters and special interest groups until the next HP Discover in Las Vegas. Also prepared together with Laura Walker, responsible at the board for education. Of course, together with Stephanie, who's also here, and prepared also together with Susan. Hopefully a lot of very sensible stuff for you, which we want to cover during this session. Again, what I said, some housekeeping. Today's live session is intended for all Vivit leaders, and this recording will be posted on the Vivit website as it will be a recorded session afterwards. You can find it on the chapter special interest group leader page. Today's slide deck and webinar will be made available for you also to review, especially because it's quite some information there which we want to show with you. And if you have any questions during our presentation, please type and send them in using the questions pane in the webinar control panel. And just to help you how to use them. Here's again a picture of the GoToWebinar control panel that usually appears in the upper right hand corner of your screen. To submit a question, make sure the question pane is expanded and type in your question and click on send, and we will receive it. And we prepared a couple of times during the presentation to look at this query panel to be sure that we will be answering all your questions during the presentation as well as at the end of this presentation. Let's go over the agenda. I want to touch the following topics together with you. Those are leader training, Vivit membership, and Vivit staff changes, which is very important, especially for the EMEAs and APJs. The HP marketing contact list earlier sent to you, and a status on that. An update on HP Discover Las Vegas next month, June. I want to update you on the Vivit Awards and board member elections. And last but not least, we want to cover with you in a short demonstration session 3 ways how you could message your members and update your members with the latest and greatest. Quite easily done by using the Vivit webpage. And of course at the end we will have some room for Q&A. First of all, the leader training courses. We started this year with delivering leader training sessions for you. Those were very well attended, and certainly the last one with the practice sharing of Mark Herbert and Scott Anderson was quite well received. Those recorded sessions are available on the chapter and special interest group leaders site, so that there's where you can watch those recorded sessions as well as pick up the slides which were used during those presentations. There were 3 sessions. The first one was about working together with HP and the latest and greatest on working with HP marketing. The second one was about the administration of the Vivit website for you as a leader, as well as using BrightTalk. And the last was sharing best practices in, for example, how to message your members with a new event, or how to keep in touch with them after the event. So you can find them on our website. We also put here the links to the different sessions as well as the presentations in PDF format. And my question to you is, if you know of any topics which we could cover in future training sessions, please let us know by using the query panel, as well as we have included at the end of this session a survey. And one of these questions in this survey touches the subject about training courses for you as a leader. So we will be very thankful if you will be able to share with us some interesting topics which we might prepare and cover for you in next training sessions. So again, a good source for building your event and building your chapter. The next topic is about Vivit membership and changes about our Vivit staff. Just to go over, we had a Knock a Louder campaign launched this year to update our membership profiles as well as to increase our membership. Why is it important for Vivit to get your profile updated and re-register every year with Vivit? It is for future development, for example, new services, launching new groups, which you might think of. We use that data. For a second of all, we also use this data for targeting the right information to the right members within our membership, instead of using bulk messages to update our members. So we need those profiles updated to really serve our members per area and per specialist about what is going on for them within our community. And last but not least, those memberships figures are very important with our funding and for our funding conversations with HP and partners. So please, my question would be, Please help us to increase the number of active and profiled members within our community by updating your own profile, as well as being able and also market it to your own membership within your chapter and special interest group by asking them to update their profile and re-register. So please, we'll be very thankful if you could help us with that. At the same time, these figures also show that besides the event and chapter growth, which we shared last meetings, that also our membership in total is growing in numbers. This shows, for example, in the number of registered members with virtual events. Those are visited and registered by more and more people. And at the same time, it's also, as earlier mentioned, important for Vivit also being able to support you in the EMEAs and APGs with organizing events or getting you in contact with HP as well as with other possible cover leaders. So to be able to support the growth in as well as events, chapter, special interest group, but also membership in other areas than the traditional US ones, we also would like to share with you some updates about our Vivit staff. At this moment we have an active members of almost 6,000 and still going up. Our total membership is now approximately about 15,000 members and still growing, and hopefully after the HP Discover event next month we will probably touch this 16,000 members, which is an all-time high for Vivit standards. So also thank you for all the leaders in their efforts in increasing their chapters and special interest groups. But let's go over to the next page, in which we will mention the ways in which we would like to support you in your region with this kind of growth and increasing activities. Stephanie, could you please highlight and talk with us about the latest changes on the Vivit staff?
Well, thank you, Martijn, and hello everyone. I'm glad you could join us today. The first big news update is we have a dedicated EMEA and APJ chapter and SIG liaison, and her name is Anna Marie Sofer. And Anna Marie is here, and so Anna Marie, come on and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hello everyone, my name is Anna Marie, but it's easier to pronounce. I will also listen when you call me Anne-Marie. Because of increasing activities and membership growth in EMEA and APJ, I'm the new Vivit staff member in this area. I will be supporting you, setting up events with the members in your chapter or special interest group, and you can contact me if you, for instance, want to send out emails or set up a survey. I'm looking forward to work with you and answer your questions to build up Vivit activities and membership. Please find my details presented on this slide. I hope to be in contact with you soon, and I look forward to meet you at HP Cover in Barcelona later this year.
Well, great. Thanks, Anna Marie, and we're so excited to have you on board. So, great. And just I wanted to review the other Vivit staff just so you guys are aware of who's here to help. We have Rocky Pisto, the Vivit Engage Coordinator, who is implements and brings the sponsorships into Vivit so we can keep the doors open at Vivit, and he's doing an excellent job there. And Susan Russell is the Global Marketing and Services. She heads up the marketing and the running of Vivit itself, along with the 9 board of directors. And then, of course, I'm still here. I'm going to now be dedicated to the Americas as the chapter SIG liaison, but I'm also taking on a little bit of a new role. Rocky has done such a fabulous job as the Vivit Engage Coordinator. I'll be helping him implementing sponsorships as well. And you're probably wondering, what are sponsorships? Examples are banner ads on the website, newsletter ads, sponsored emails, and sponsored webinars, and much more. So But I'll still be here. So, all right, next slide. Okay, great. Hey, thanks, Martine. So hopefully everyone on this call received an email from me connecting you with your HP marketing contact, and HP marketing worldwide is very engaged in working with Vivit, and especially the Vivit leaders. They want to bring sponsorships to your local meetings and your SIG meetings, as well as content and speakers. So they very much would like to partner and help you, and we're very excited about this. And so would love your feedback. Has this worked so far? Where are you in the process with this? And was this helpful, the email introduction? So Anna Marie and I are very excited to hear from you, and anything else we can do to help you. And if for some reason you didn't get connected or we don't have your connection for you, we will do what we can to find out who that person is and connect you with them. So just please keep us posted. We'd love your feedback on that. Okay. Oh, next slide. Okay, HP Discover. You've heard a little bit about this, I'm sure. It is June 11th to the 13th in Las Vegas, coming up soon. If you've not already registered for HP Discover for 2013 in Las Vegas, you can register today and receive a $300 discount. Please use the promo code Vivit to save the $300. In addition, 5 individuals who enter the code Vivit when registering will be entered into 5 drawings to win a free pass to HP Discover for 2014. And this is the only way that you could be entered into the drawing is with the code Vivit. And this offer can't be combined with any other codes or discounts and is valid only for new registrations. So I wanted to point that out. So you guys would know, and then feel free to share this with your chapter and SIG members as well. Okay, next slide. And to enhance your HP Discover experience, we'd love for you to join Vivit a few hours before HP Discover begins the day before on June 10th for a highly ranked training program. It's a deep dive 4-hour training not offered anywhere else at HP Discover. You can choose from 10 courses to hear real-world implementation experiences and examples from practitioners who are in the field of solving business problems with HP software tools every day. And this is a great opportunity to advance professionally. Okay, yep, Martine here is showing you the slide now of the courses. There's 10 of them. The cost per training course is only $99 this year thanks to sponsors. This is a $400 savings off the normal fee. A Vivit Advanced Training course can be added to your new or existing HP Discover Conference registration account. If you have any questions or are unable to attend HP Discover but would like to attend the advanced training, Laura Walker can help you with that. And she is the education chair on the Vivit Board of Directors. And again, if you wouldn't mind sharing this information with your chapter and SIG members to get the word out, we appreciate your help. So thank you. Okay, next slide. Oh, great. So we have many fun and exciting leader events at HP Discover in Las Vegas. So the evening before the conference starts on Monday, June 10th, we're having a special leader dinner at Senor Frogs at Treasure Island. And then on Tuesday, June 11th, we will be awarding the Leader of the Year, the Champion of the Year, and the Speaker of the Year their awards. The opening night at 6:30 p.m. on the stage in the Vivit User Community Lounge in the Discover Zone. And HP Software will also be presenting awards as well. So it's going to be a big event. We're very excited. So we sent you a calendar invitation for that as well. And then on Wednesday, June 12th, is the annual meeting and leader lunch. So we hope you can join us, and that will be at the Venetian Resort. And then I had sent you guys an invitation for Thursday, June 13th for the Breakfast with HP Marketing. For right now, we're leaving that on the calendar. We're going to be having to make some changes, but we're not sure what that is. So stay tuned. HP Marketing has some meetings that they're trying to juggle around. So stay tuned for updates on that, so to be determined. And if you guys haven't received your calendar invitations for these events, please let me know. I will definitely send them to you. Apologies if you did not get them, because your response to the calendar invitation is going to serve as your RSVP, and we don't want to miss anyone. So, okay, so you're probably wondering about the theme for our booth at Las Vegas. Here, you can see the Vivit booth theme. Our theme is Get Linked Globally and Locally. This is a rough draft of our booth graphics here. Not only do we plan to link members together to local chapters and to worldwide special interest groups, but to also to HP experts. And each day we will have HP product experts in the Vivit booth. So that's very exciting. We would love to have you as leaders in our booth. You are the faces of Vivit, and we really want to spotlight you. I'll be reaching out to you soon to see if you can spend 1 to 2 hours in the Vivit area meeting with members. So look for those emails. We're going to be using Spotlight on a Volunteer to sign up for booth time. So stay tuned. So, okay. Great. Thanks, Martine. So we have a few giveaways. The first one is, if you can see, it says I'm linked over the Vivit logo. And those are going to be lapel pins we'll be handing out for everyone who's a member to wear. They can put them on their shirt or their badges. And the second giveaway is going to be photos from the photo booth. The photo booth will give the members a chance to get their photo taken. The photo will also appear on a big plasma screen in the booth, showing a mosaic of all the members, reinforcing the faces of the community. We feel it's important for the customers to see and meet other customers and to get the feeling they're linked in. Plus, this is a great traffic driver and provides good experiences for the attendees. So I think we'll have a lot of fun with this. So, okay, next slide. And last but not least, these are the great shirts that if you are attending, this is what the shirts look like, and hopefully you've let us know your shirt size. If not, just email me, let me know you're coming, what your shirt size is, make sure that we have one for you. So, so at this point, I wanted to see, turn it over to Martine and see if there's any questions.
Yes, I would also like to remind you that you can use the question panel to put forward any questions. If you have questions about the subjects touched so far, like leader training sessions, the increased Vivit membership, and the Knock a Little Louder campaign, or changes around or new staff members, or even if you would like to get in touch with us or have some questions about the corporation, which Stephanie provided you with all kinds of information from HP marketing people in the EMEAs who really would like to work with you, please let us know. And if you have any questions also about HP Discover, just put in a question in the question pane, and we will love to hear your feedback or love to hear your ideas and your questions to be able to respond to them during this session or after this session. Well, thank you very much, Stephanie, so far. The last subject or topic also related to the Vivit event at HP Discovery are, of course, the Vivit Awards. Also, awards are being presented to US leaders. And those will be presented together with HP. First of all, because of the condensed conference format, it keeps to be more and more decreased in the number of days and time. So now we have a good opportunity to have an award presentation together with HP to be able to have enough room and to be able to give the award winners enough space. And to visualize them as being great members and leaders of Vivit, and second of all, by cooperating with HP on these award presentation, we expect also a higher attention and let's say an increased profile during this conference for our award winners, especially when also social media channels and a video crew will be available during this award presentation to capture these great award winners. The user community launch will be the perfect place to present them, as earlier mentioned by Stephanie. And there we will recognize our 3 volunteers and award winners together with the 5 customers which will be presented by HP and honored by HP by means of the HP Software Impact Award. Let's go to the nominees of the Americas and touch them briefly. Well, 3 of the nominees mentioned on this slide will be in the spotlight during this event in June next month. However, for all of you mentioned on this slide among the nominees and also available during this session, again, thank you enough for driving these events. They're very valuable, especially for the Americas. Well, and those people, as you all know, also in Europe as well as APJ, those are nominated by the members of the different chapters and special interest groups. So it's a huge mark for leaders working with their community and being rewarded with an award of all their efforts in presenting events, networking, being able to collaborate with potential sponsors or driving potential sponsors to their events, being able to serve the community and their members. So a big thank you also for the nominees in the Americas. Another important election which is still going on and in which I need your attention for is the election of the board members of Vivit. It's important for the continuity of Vivit to have those directors elected and in place before the conference in June, because there are always very important activities taking place and organized by this board prior to the HP Discover meetings. And topics like strategic discussions for the execution plan of the next year is an important one, review of the last year, sourcing challenges, also topics are discussed about funding and sponsorship discussions, and last but not least, all the board members are to be in collaborative discussions at this conference with, for example, HP Marketing Vice Presidents, but also HP Product Marketing, Expert One liaisons, and also driving conversation with other communities and also other potential new leaders and new members. So we will be very thankful if you, again, if you're not voted for the candidates mentioned on this slide, David, Mark, Colin, Christian, Mark, Ollie, Brian, or Tammy, please vote as soon as possible. And more important, if you could drive some additional voters within your community and within your chapter, please do so by giving some additional attention to this election progress. We really need your help to get this board together and being active and drive the next community and drive the next execution steps for Vivit being able to serve you as the leaders in the EMEAs and APGs. So thank you very much for all your efforts in also supporting this election progress. As I will be explaining a little bit about these next topics, we had some questions about how to drive messages by means of the Vivit websites. And Stephanie, please take over when needed so that you can demonstrate anything you would like to demonstrate. And in the meantime, I will be explaining a little bit about the 3 options you have. In general, you have 3 options to message your members? First of all, you have the option to message a group. This is a kind of a communication which uses an embedded messaging editor on our website, and you can also attach files together with this message editor to send to your members. Your chapter and special interest group members will receive then an email with a link that takes them to your message on the Vivit website. So it's quite a message which drives attention to your core message on the Vivit website. And Stephanie is now showing you how to use it by means of a short demonstration.
So basically you just type your subject here on the subject line and, oops, I can't spell today, and attach your file, write what you'd like in here, insert pictures, and then send now. And that goes out to all your chapter and SIG members with one message. But what they'll get is an email saying they have a message on the Vivit website with a link.
The second possibility is to use the email all group members option. This is an email in text only format, and you can use that also to reach out to your chapter and special interest group members, and then they will receive an email message as shown by Stephanie. So she's typing now the subject. There she puts some text in the email body, and then you can preview the email which will be sent to your members, and you can adjust them when needed, and then you press send email when you're comfortable with this message, and then all your members in your group will be notified. For example, a good option which you can drive for supporting or board members election program, or if you want to notify them on the newest events, or just provide them a reminder about it. Last but not least, there is also an option in which you can export members. This is a list which you can use, and you just press export group members, and then you will be presented with an option to export a list as CSV file that includes the email addresses of all your members, which you then can put and paste in the BC field of an email in, for example, your email program like Outlook. However, be careful you are not be careful with having or using this this kind of type of exporting, because of course you're not allowed to share this kind of information without without your an extended approval of our staff members, as we want to be keep in mind that we will be granting our privacy policies, and that it will not be used for any commercial usage as you might be thinking of. And the advantage of this kind of group messaging is that that you have a large file, or that you can also send multiple files to your members, which you can do with the other two kinds of options with the message group or email all group members. So this is also a good method to provide information to the members of your chapter and special interest groups.
And what I didn't show was I was going to paste all those email addresses into the blind field of my Outlook, but I have my Outlook closed right now to run the webinar. So I apologize. But what I typically do then is paste the email addresses in the blind field and send it to myself. But one thing with Outlook, and you guys probably all know this, is I usually just do 25 email addresses at a time. Otherwise it seems to kick everything back. So I'll pass that tip on, which you probably already know. But that's my experience, so wanted to let y'all know.
And in the meantime, it's also a good opportunity now to take some time to look at the questions in the questions panel. First of all, thank you very much for driving 2 questions to us, David Hunt. And his first question is, do you have registration info on the courses mentioned and which will be conducted at HP Discover? Well, there is some information on our website about these courses, as now probably Stephanie is demonstrating. So there is some information on the website, as well as if you are registering for HP Discover, you could also find some information about these courses in this registration progress. And you can also solicit for these training sessions and attend these training sessions during this registration progress for HP Discover. And if you are already registered to HP Discover, it's still possible for you to add some training courses afterwards. So if you need any information, it's on a website, as well as if you want to have more detailed information available on our website, you can also contact Laura Walker, and if you just click on the Laura Walker in this message on our website, you will be able to send her also a personal message with driving your questions to Laura if you need more information. Another question is from David. Can you already say how many people are attending per course? I don't know per course. What I know is that 2 weeks ago we had 80 attendees registered, right, Stephanie? Or do you have a newer list?
I don't know the exact count to date, but I can find that out, David, and definitely get it to you. It increases daily, so I'm sorry, but I can find out from Susan and get that to you.
So we have now a total of 8, David, and Stephanie can provide you some information about specific courses you are interested in when you need to know, especially when it's about, for example, a sponsored session. Thank you very much for your questions so far, David. Well, can you hand me over the control for the presentations again? Thank you very much, Stephanie. So as mentioned earlier, there are 3 options to message your members: the message group option, the email all group members option, and last but not least, the availability to export your group members to a different file. But please take into account that you have to be in line with our privacy policies, also as stated in the affiliation agreement signed by you as a leader within our community. Last but not least, our next quarterly SIG leader meeting will be scheduled around September after the holiday period, and you will be notified by our staff probably during the after June what the exact date will be. With the next quarterly leader meeting, you will be notified and also will get the latest and greatest about new updates. If you have any questions in between, please do not hesitate to contact our new staff member, Anna Marie, who will be glad to help you out with all kinds of questions about the events, about leader training, as well as supporting you with putting together events. And what I also would like to stress with you today is please leave your feedback also after this meeting by filling in our survey. And last but not least, I would really thank you also for the last year of putting together events, growing your membership. It was really great working with you, because this was also my last leader meeting as being for 1 year now responsible for globally the chapters and special interest groups. I really liked working with you, and hopefully we did do a good job in hearing your voice for the last year. Unfortunately, based on some job changes, I will not be able to support Vivit from a board perspective from now on. Based on the elections process within the board of directors, I expect to have a successor available somewhere in June after HP Discover in Las Vegas. If you have any questions for me or for Anna Marie on European or APJ support, just let us know, and we will still be very glad to help you out with that. Again, thank you very much for working together with me also this last year, and please keep up the good work in putting together great content for your members and driving our community. Thank you very much for joining this call today. Let's go over the question pane to conclude this session. Just let me see if we have any questions left.
You know, one thing that came up, Martijn, is all the leader events we're having here in Las Vegas. For the Americas HP Discover, we do similar things at the HP Discovers in EMEA in Barcelona. So keep a lookout coming in November for those calendar invitations. We will have very similar activities for the leaders in Barcelona. So definitely looking forward to that as well.
Yeah, and this event, HP Discover, will be in the week, will be organized in the week of December 9th and 10th, and it will be held in Barcelona. We do not know yet how condensed this one will be in Barcelona, but if we have more information available, we will also put it together for you and notify you about the latest and greatest on the Barcelona event.
And while we're waiting for questions to come in, I personally wanted to thank you, Martijn, for everything you've done this year, and really appreciate all your time, your dedication, and your volunteerism. It's just been a great pleasure to work with you, and can't thank you enough for all your help and leadership. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Stephanie. And I see also two questions which we will try to answer after this session. So David and Ali, be sure that we will be presenting some information about the registered attendees for the training session at HP Discover in June. So we will keep this information, or we will present this information later to you as soon as probably also Laura Walker is available to share this information with us. So thank you very much for those questions. A question from Mihai coming in. Mihai, thank you very much for presenting this information. Stephanie will be handing over her work for the EMEAs and APGs to Anna Marie, which means that if you have questions, for example, between now and the end of June, I will suggest that you send those questions to Anna Marie, and you can put Stephanie on CC. But from now on, Anna Marie will be your single point of contact, and more messaging about this new staff member will be presented to you also in future sessions and future newsletters. Stephanie will be concentrating her activities more around the Americas and also supporting the Vivit Engage activities. But as you all know, Stephanie is always available and glad to answer your questions when needed. And Africa and the surroundings, that's still also for the new EMEA liaison, which is Anna-Marie Stuyvers. You will be handling all the questions for Europe, Africa, Middle East and APGs. The contact details of Anna-Marie are available in this slide set, as well as those will be presented also to you in different messaging, as well as on the Vivit website, as well as the next newsletter in June. So be sure that you will be presented a couple of times. And hopefully also meeting her at Barcelona at the end of this year. Any other questions?
I don't see any, Martine. See, I'm going to look and see if there's any hands raised as well.
Yeah, because we can also open the mic if you like.
Okay. Okay. I don't see any at this time.
Well, in that case, I will say thank you very much for joining this update, this leader update. Thank you very much for cooperating with me also last year, and be sure that you fill in the survey after this meeting. Those details are also very helpful for us presenting, organizing, and preparing at the next sessions. Thank you very much for joining this session for the EMEAs and APGs, and Anna-Marie will contact you probably very soon to have a catch-up call. Thank you very much for joining us today. Thank you very much, Stephanie. Thank you very much, Anna-Marie, for joining us.